Okay, we're holding page 62, the bottom paragraph. He had said in the first paragraph of the Shema, it alludes to the Aseret HaDibros, the 10 concepts which correspond to the Aseret HaDibros. We have an obligation to believe in the Creator. Shema does not mean listening. Belief, which is in one's heart. We will do and we will hear. What is the hearing? Hearing doesn't mean hearing. It means to actualize. Yisrael will hear and they will observe, to do. It means to believe and to accept upon yourself. After we've been obligated to believe in the truthfulness of his essence. What's the truthfulness of his essence? That's his unity, his essence. It's not you believe there's a power. It's amitas mitziuso, the truthfulness of his essence. Chivonu l'hamin shu Elokeinu. We're obligated to believe that he's our God, meaning there's a personal relationship between him and ourselves. Kamoshama Elokeinu, it's possessive. Although, of course, God is the creator of everything. But in terms of relationship, he's Elokeinu. No, what does that mean? Again, that's what I said. A person runs a company, owns a company, built a company, and you're the son of the founder. And now they're employees. He dictates everything to the son and to everyone else. But there's difference in relation between the son and the founder and the chairman of the board and the owner of the company and everybody else. He's their employer. The person is more than an employer to the son. Right? It concludes. Elokeinu, and what is he? Hu echod emes k'mo shema Hashem echod. That's the unity. It brings it to another level. The truthfulness of his essence, and ultimately, what is his essence? Echod. That's his unity. After we're obligated to accept upon ourselves the three concepts. Good. Nothing exists outside of God. That's echod. He's the source of everything. Nothing exists outside of him. I'm not really elaborating on that because it's something which we cannot even relate to or fathom what that means. I'll give you an example. I mean, just on a very simple level. You have a pain in your head. That moment, God is causing that. It's not just something which is random. There's nothing random. Everything that happens, he's causing it to happen at that moment. So if he's causing it, it's happening for a reason. There's nothing random. Nothing's random. That's a different concept. It doesn't contradict this. What is mazel? What is the meaning of mazel? What does the mazel mean? No. Mazel, the star that you're born under. Avram was not meant to have a son. He was not meant to have a child. Avram ein lo ben. Avram ein lo ben. Sarai ein lo ben. Avraham yesh lo ben. Mean, the way God created the world, God, of course, determines, but it depends which spoke in the wheel you are. In terms of your function in existence and what you're meant to bring about, where God puts you, that's the way you function with it. And that's the way schar v'onish manifests itself in this existence. Olam haba has nothing to do with this world. Mazel has to do with this world. One's challenges in this world, whether they're more difficult, less difficult, that's all determined by mazel. Right? The Gemara says in Moed Katan, Rav Chizda and Rav Huna, they were equally the same level of tzaddik. One had 70 marriages, the other one had 70 funerals, just using the word 60 of each. What Rav Chizda's dogs would eat, the quality of the food, Rav Huna would not have that quality of food to eat for himself. Why? Because mizoni b'mazla talya. One's sustenance is it's mazel. Boni b'mazla talya. Children, whether you have children or not, mazel. Or the way things manifest themselves, which are beyond one's control. That's all mazel. Everything's mazel. But you could change. Tosa says in Shabbos, mazel could be changed. Through tefillah satzibur. Through tefillah you could change mazel. Tefillah could change it. Exceptional schus, merit could change mazel. Even though the zodiac, you're born under that star, it could be changed. But Avram ain't lo ben. That's why change of name. Person's not well. They add a name. Why? Also, for the change of name, the mazel changes as a result of that. And that's why the name that's always given is a name which has a positive connotation. Chaya, Raphael, what is such a name? Alter. One time they used to add the name Alter, right? Older person. That was the name they added to extend the person's life. That also, for the mazel, because it's based on the Chazal, Avram ein lo ben, Avram yesh lo ben, for that reason. Definitely. I don't know what opinions you heard. Is it when you were cutting the calluses or the bunions? No, everything. We precipitate. Everything, many things happen regardless. Other things we precipitate. Right? You put your hand in the fire, you burnt. That was your choice to put your hand in the fire. But what does fire consume? Fire consumes God's wills that when you put your hand in the fire, it consumes. No, that's bechira. But that God gives you the ability to choose, God is giving you that ability. You have choice how to utilize it. Not you don't always have choice in how your time should be expended. Right? You don't have. You get on the train breaks down, or the train is not coming, or delayed. Definitely. That you're inconvenienced. Why being inconvenienced? Everything. I mean, of course, it has reasons why God wants it to happen that way. People react differently to many situations. To be continued. Right, exactly. If a person's special, he could override nature. Person's special. He's not limited to nature.
You expand on just something we were talking about last week. Last week we were talking about that God's not bound by time. How you hold every year is all happening simultaneously.
Right.
So the same way. So currently,
we can't relate to it. It's something which it's not possible to understand. Impossible to understand. How could the future have happened if we know what hasn't happened?
Right. So the same way that God is managing the relationship between everyone in this room. At the exact same time, right now, he's listening to Adam Rishon and he's, hearing the feels of the Rambam while he's here right now. It's all.
Yeah, but the way we're supposed to function within our context. The way we relate to things. That's the way we function. Everything else is irrelevant. Who he is one thing, but how we have to conduct our lives based on the past, the present. If a person did the wrong in the past, you do tshuva, you regret, whatever it is.
Right.
Now you go to the future. You make a commitment to the future. We live within the past, present, and future. Past no longer exists. Present has relevance to us. The future is meant to be, meant to come.
And right now, God's having a conversation with Adon Rishon.
But that's not related to us. That's his reality. That's not us. You understand? That has no relevance to our lives. That has to do with our belief. That has to do with his echod. Echod means he's not limited. He's without limitation. He's without limitation means the future already has taken place and the past is still in existence.
Is your point that the functionality of God is not something that we should overly take into
You're not permitted even to think about it. Just that we accept it as a reality. Because if you think about it, you could actually it could affect your belief. You could lose your mind from this. You know, so who are you? Who are we? Who is he and who are we? You know, we just like a figment of our own imaginations. That's the Rav Chaim Voloshin. He cites many sources. That's why you shouldn't focus on it at all. It's not. Right. It's impossible to understand. Impossible. Exactly. Personally, anything finite cannot understand anything infinite. So even the angel cannot relate to what God is. Of course, the angel is finite. Of course, only God is infinite. Anything created is finite.
Theoretical physicist probably supposed to be.
No, because he's dealing within nature.
Right.
Within nature. There are laws of nature. That's the physicist. Even the greatest tzaddik.
You have multiple dimensions.
But that's within physical existence.
Right.
Whatever they deal with is within physical existence. So it's not contradictory.
The founder of infinite mathematics is a gentleman very similar to Lech Lecha now.
Yeah.
He's really killed cancer. Just to show you that God wasn't wrong.
No. A person can commit suicide afterward because, you know, who am I? Do I exist? Don't I exist? Afterward, you ask the question: is God? Am I a reality? You question: are you a reality? If I am God, so what am I? The whole thing is just a figment of imagination. I always give the example when I originally learned from Chaim Voloshin. It's a known fact that there's certain parts of the brain that if you touch them, a person experiences certain experiences, whether it's pain, whether it's pleasure, whether it's terror. The person is not being tortured, but if you touch the brain, it's as if you're going through that experience of a level of pain which is not to be understood, or pleasure which is one of a kind. It's not a reality, but you think you're experiencing that. It's like everything's simulated, but it's not reality. So if that's the case, so am I a real person? I touch myself, you feel. I had somebody brought me somebody here, a 20-year-old kid who's learning in Israel. And he had this problem, like you have what's called OCD, all these different things. The kid questioned whether he exists. You understand? He questioned whether he exists. Therefore, if he does wrong, it's not wrong. He does right, it's irrelevant. If he wants to commit suicide, it's irrelevant because he doesn't exist. Maybe he's not real. So how do you convince a kid he's real? And he was like totally consumed with this. And he couldn't escape from it. He was 19, 20 years old. He needs psychological help on it. People are trained how to deal with it. Okay.